Hi, my name's Steve Allen, and as some of you may know, I suffer from epilepsy. I have absence seizures as well as tonic clonic seizures, and as today is International Epilepsy Day, I'm just going to read through what you should do if I or anybody else that you come across is having a seizure. Just some basic first aid tips, because basically it's not great having a seizure, and we'd all like as many people as possible to know what to do in order to help us out. So, if you remember the acronym ACTION, um, and then I'll go through what each one of the letters mean so that you can have a better understanding of what to do and some basic first aid. So, A is for assess. So, assess the situation. Is the person who's having a fit in danger of injuring themselves? And if they are, move things out of the way as much as possible just to make sure that they're not going to injure themselves while they are having the seizure. C is for cushion. If there's something like a bag or something soft that you can put in order to cushion the person's head while they are having the seizure. Most injuries, as well as obviously the post-ictal period, which I'll talk about afterwards, occur as a result of head injuries. So anything that you can do in order to reduce the injury to the head during a seizure is paramount. T in action is time. The time of the seizures take place and how long they are is very important information to pass on to a paramedic or a medical practitioner. Basically, any longer than 5 minutes, you should definitely call an ambulance. But if you're unsure, call an ambulance anyway. But 5 minutes or longer, you're really in the danger zone with regards to sort of definite damage to the brain as a result of hypoxia, which is a lack of oxygen to the brain. I is identity. Look for a medical ID bracelet. I carry a medical ID bracelet. I also have information in my wallet and information on my phone with regards to the fact that I'm on, that I am epileptic, what medication I'm on, how much medication I'm on, and information that's important to pass on to a paramedic or a medical practitioner. O is over. So basically, once the seizure is over, as I mentioned previously, there's something called the post-ictal period, which is when a person who is epileptic feels incredibly confused. Their speech may be slurred if they can speak at all. For me, usually I get either really sad or really giggly. The littlest thing can sort of set it off, and I have really, really bad mood swings. I then feel really tired, and that usually lasts between it can last between 20 minutes to about an hour and a half. My mood just goes all over the place, and it's basically just the neurotransmitters in my brain just resetting. It's basically my brain goes into overdrive and floods itself with serotonin in order to basically mitigate all of the damage that's being done. It basically goes, right, I will make you happy now or sad now, because all of the electrical impulses are going off at 1,000,000 miles an hour. So yeah, just to bear that in mind, and if you can, put the person, once they're coming out of it, over onto their side, and stay with them and reassure them that once they've come around that they're going to be all right. Because again, it's really, really, it's a very stressful time. I mean, I'm lucky in that I've not had all that many in a long while, because my medication keeps things under control. But when they do happen, it's a lot. So just having that one person there that knows what they're doing is really, really, really reassuring. And last up, this is N for action. This is something that you must never ever do. Never restrain a person that is having a seizure. Never put anything in their mouth or try to give them food or drink during or immediately after a seizure, because that's a choking risk. Never ever do that. And one thing that I will add to that is never ever check a person's airways unless you are a medical professional. This is a sort of personal story of mine. I've had because when I have a seizure, I grunt, and it's as a result of basically the muscles around my esophagus and my windpipe basically contract, and the grunting is basically my body subconsciously forcing air into my lungs. But someone thought that I was choking, and I wasn't choking, I was having a seizure. So someone thought that they needed to put their fingers in my mouth in order to get something from out of my throat. And what happened there was the muscles around my jaw clamped shut, and I bit down on their fingers. So that is not fun. So please do not do that. Don't put anything in a person's mouth, food, fingers, or anything else. Just leave it to happen and follow the things that I've said in action, and ring 999 if it lasts more than 5 minutes, or if you're unsure at all. And then that's great. Hopefully this has been useful. Hopefully this has been somewhat educational. And yeah, thank you very much.